Hey y'all, good evening. It's Donnie. I'd like to invite you to join me for a pipe and a pour. Good old-fashioned ice water tonight. It's only Tuesday night after all. What kind of lush do you think I am? And because it's Tuesday, I understand the unwritten rules of the YTPC are you must smoke the cob, which is fine because I enjoy it. And it tonight actually has become one of my comfort blends. It's one I don't hear very much about. It's Sutliff's Creme Brulee. It's funny. I didn't smoke aromatics for a while, and here recently I've kind of felt myself craving them, and I don't really know why. I think tonight is just because it's like dessert after dinner, late night snack kind of thing. I don't know, but yes, it's goopy. Yes, it's one of those that when you light it, it crackles. But I really enjoy it. It surprised me. And you guys help me out with this. This is something I've been reading about, researching, trying to figure out if there's something I can do different. But where are we? July. Back in May when we did Paladin Piper's Codger Challenge, and I smoked the Edward G. Robinson for an entire month. And then the month of June, I was like, well, I've got all these Codger blends and these over-the-counter, older blends, Sir Walter Raleigh and Half and Velvet. Let me just work on those for a little bit. So for 2 months, I did nothing but smoke Burleys. And by the end of June, beginning of July, last week, nothing tasted good anymore. Nothing tasted good. And I was getting really bad tongue bite, I guess. My mouth was irritated, my tongue was irritated, and I started seeing conversation out there about some folks just don't handle Burley well. And maybe it's me, or maybe it's because I'm a novice and don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Whatever the case is, matter of fact, this last weekend I got together with a couple of buddies. Had the families all got together, and then we set out and had a really nice, great smoke session with a new guy who used to smoke cigars for a long time and hasn't smoked for a while. The guy lit his pipe with Colt Blood Red Moon of my friends, and he just smoked like a champ. And I'm sitting there talking, relighting, camping, all that stuff. He was fantastic. We had a great time, but I smoked another Codger blend, and I didn't enjoy it. It didn't taste good, and I came home mouth irritated. So I don't know what's going on. If you guys have any thoughts, please let me know. The comments below. If there is something to that whole Burley thing that some people just can't smoke Burleys, I'll keep looking into it. But if you guys have any insights, I would appreciate it. Another busy day, because it's life. We all have busy days. Daughter had summer basketball game tonight. They won. She played great. Really proud of her. And she's having a blast. So maybe basketball's going to be your thing. I don't know. The move is coming along. We've already started to pack some stuff up. If any of you guys have ever moved, my wife found these huge big bags that you attach to the vacuum, and then you suck all the air out. So we've got blankets and quilts and coverlets and winter coats and flannels and fleece, all the winter stuff we don't need right now, in these huge big bags. Suck all the air out. They go, and so now we've got all this stuff in bags that we can stack and pack. Fantastic, awesome, very satisfying too to watch it. A little free information there about packing, but I'll go into plan. We'll close in about 3 weeks. Can't believe it. It's amazing. Can't wait to share Number one, for me to get to know the space a little better, but then to share it with you guys. While I'm going to miss my deck here, I will have a really nice patio, big trees, very nice spot. Incredibly blessed, very thankful. The real point of this, that guy, you guys have heard of him. He's corny. What is it? Oh yeah, pork roll. Hey buddy, this is for you. And it's taken me a little while to kind of wrap my head around country as a theme to talk about, because I've been vacillating between 1, 2, 3 different things. And so I'm going to try real hard to make this quick, almost 6 minutes in. I'll learn one day maybe. Country. I grew up here in Franklin, Tennessee. It was a little small country town just south of Nashville. We had a square that I grew up on. In high school, we'd go and park on the square on the weekends, and we'd cruise up and down Main Street, and we'd go and do barn parties and bonfires out in friends' fields. It was in the country. If we wanted back to school shopping and clothes and stuff, we had to get in the car and go to town, Nashville, about 30 minutes north at the time. Now it's 30 plus minutes north because traffic sucks. And I have always wanted to get back to the country. So if you know anything at all about Middle Tennessee, this area around Nashville has just boomed. Everybody and their brother wants to be here because we're so cool. It's great. And again, I can't complain too much. It's brought me professional sports, which I love, high-end shows, and we've always had great music. We'll get to that in a moment. It brought my wife. It brought some of my very dearest friends up here, so I can't complain too much. But my little small town, country, rural town is gone. I'm not a fan of it. I used to complain and be pretty bitter about it, honestly. And I used to complain, it's not the Franklin I grew up in. It's not the church I grew up in. It's not the community I grew up in. And finally, an older, wiser guy, some mentor of mine, was like, hey, Donnie, you're right. It's not the Franklin you grew up in. It's no longer the small country town that you grew up in and loved. It's not the same. It's changed. And so while I can appreciate and try to embrace that, I still miss the country lifestyle. I miss being out having some space around me. I miss wide open fields and woods to walk through. I miss seeing wildlife on a regular basis and not just dead on the side of the road. And that's kind of my hope. My daughter loves the country. Where she's going to horse camp or going out to a day camp this summer or whatever out in the country, we ride out further west or further south from here, and there's wide open fields with people have been cutting hay last month before last, and just it's great. So that's part of the country. And then lastly, the obvious, the country we live in, the United States of America. It's much like our families. We love our families. We're thankful for them. We recognize the beauty that we have within our family. It pisses us off sometimes. It makes us real angry. But Lord, I hope we're never ashamed of our family. Same way with our country. I may not like everything about it, but it's ours. And if you've ever traveled overseas, third world country, what did you experience when you got back? Did you look around our country at the excesses and go, we could probably do without some of this? Did you look at the United States of America when you got back and went, we're pretty lucky to live where we live, to be born where we were born? It's not perfect, but it's ours. We should love it. And there's things that we would love to change, obviously. But what a blessing to be in America, huh? Not perfect. Pretty darn good in comparison to the rest of the world sometimes. So anyway, again, as always, I've gone longer than I should have. I apologize. I'll figure it out. Pork roll. Thanks for doing this. It's actually, like I said, been very thought-provoking to kind of get me thinking about what does country and the many definitions of country, what do they mean to me? So, I think that's it. It's late. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'll check in again soon. Yeah. So until next time, hope you come back soon to join me for a pipe and a pour. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.